we are back finally. It's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or something like that, and we're gonna fix my mic. We're gonna go ahead and make custom OOBs, or people say OB. They're called Order of Battle, and it's just basically custom units. We're not making like there's units you could put in your country, and then there's the templates. We're gonna make templates, but we're not making custom templates. It's more of, we're using like infantry and all that. We're not gonna make another version of infantry, but we're gonna add, yeah. It's, yeah. Anyways, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go to Steam, where Hearts of Iron 4 is. You're gonna right click it, go to properties, and just put in both of these. So debug and crash data log. Crash data log tells you where you crashed if you do crash, and you should have debug mode. Make sure it's minus debug and minus crash underscore data underscore log. You're gonna need debug, and a lot of people are always confused of how to get in debug mode. I've not done HOI4 for a while. In debug mode, you'll always get errors. It's just HOI4's end mostly, but so don't panic if you see errors. Alright, so we're gonna load this. We're gonna go to all installed mods, upload mod, create mod, and I'm gonna name it OOB mod version 1, and oops, do that. And you could choose any tags, you could change them later on. So your mod's made. Now we're going to go to playsets, add. Your playset will probably be like that, empty. So we click show in folder. So this is our mod folder. This is where our mod goes. Now we're going to need a few folders. We're going to make history. And in history, we're going to make units and countries. Now, the most important thing, we're going to go back to Steam. We're going to right click this again. We're going to click or go to manage, browse local files. This is base game files. This is what you want to use as templates. It's the easiest way, because if I don't use a base game file as a template, you'd have to make, in the units, for example, if you pick one of these, you'd have to write all this out manually, and I don't think anyone in the right mind wants to do that, because that would take way too long. So it's just much easier just to copy and paste it to your mod folder, and a lot of people are like, all you do is copy and paste to your mod folder. It's still a lot of, like, you still have to do stuff than just copy and paste. It's just easier. And then you could add Navy and Air, but for now we're just gonna make land units. And additionally, if you want more in detail, you can go look at Iron Workshop's video. It's a bit like old and maybe outdated, but it should work also, and that will be in the description. I've learned from him, but some of his videos are a little outdated, but not all of them. Anyways, so we're gonna do it in, I don't know when he did it. He did Cuba, so we're gonna go look at Cuba. Let's go see what Cuba has anyways, because I'm pretty sure they have more stuff than, like, where is Cuba? Here it is. So there's two of them. There's 1936 and 1939. That is the start date. So 1939 would be that start date. But we're gonna just do this one. I don't care about the other one. So we're gonna copy this like this. paste it in here. It's gonna override this unless you renamed it to something else, then it'll be a different country. Alright. Now there's it's actually a pretty small file, which is nice. So in here, most of them, as I said, contain templates. Like right here, this is the template. And if you don't own a research, like you did light armor right here, and you don't have that technology researched, it won't put that unit in. It will only put the 3 infantry. So I'll also show you, because we're gonna add like light armor and maybe motorized after, so I can show you. And yeah. And if we look through this a little bit more, we have for a unit right here, as you can see, we have start experience factor equals 0.1. Now this just means our start experience, sorry. Did I say experience or unit? I don't know. This is how much experience the unit has, and they have no experience, 0.1. It goes to, I'm going to comment this, it goes to 1. So 0.121. It might be 0 to 0 or 0 to 1, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 0.1. And 1 being the highest experience. Then we have start equipment, so like what your unit will start with. Do you want them to start with full equipment or like no equipment? I think you could probably do 0. And real fast, I'm going to open this in Visual Studio Code. Like normal, everything, I believe, hopefully is in the description. But Visual Studio Code is much easier for me to use, because I can click this. Oh my god, I can click this and it highlights it, and if this doesn't exist, it makes it red. That means the bracket, there's a missing bracket, and if there's a missing bracket, the code's not gonna work. I think it does the same if yeah, it'll show me missing bracket, and again, it shows me where the brackets go. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna customize this template. You could rename them, I believe, too, and this wouldn't affect anything. We'll make a new one actually. So we'll go ahead and do this. We're gonna paste it right under this one, but I'm gonna make a little gap like that. And we're gonna make this division template. We need a really clever name, the best one ever, Bob. Alright, you can do spaces again, it just needs to be in quotation marks. We're gonna use the Spain Infantry 02 because it's there. And now we're gonna go ahead and do light armor. There's a way to check these, I'm not going through that, but you can also just Google it. But now we have light armor, which is very fun. And this is the when you make when you're in game and you manually make a template, this is the position it's in. So this is, I believe, the first row, the first slot. This will be first row, second slot, and then this will be second row, you know, etc. Alright, so now to get, we'll do motorized also. To get motorized, because motorized, it depends on how you spell it. There's S and a Z. With HOI4, you need to spell it how they have it. So we'll go to commons, and we're going to go to units in base game. And we're going to look for infantry, because that one typically has a lot. Then we're going to click edit, find, and we're going to type in motori. Oops, I'm going up, not down. I'm gonna go down, and right here, here's motorized. This is, and you can tell it's it because it's like making the motorized. Actually, I don't know if, is that, it might not be. Let me triple check. So I don't, yeah, that's it. But I believe the actual file name is with a S. So we're gonna do light armor first. We'll go to motorized next. But yeah, if you do motorized, it should be spelled like motor eyes, like that. But again, if it doesn't work, then you just switch it to a Z. Alright, now we need to make Bob work. So we're gonna go down to units. This is the unit that will display. Now I want to do division right here, and I'm just gonna rename this to Bob. Is named order. I'm not gonna get into named order, but yeah. We have location. This, I'm gonna remove that name. Location is province, not state, but province. And it's pretty important to know that. But yeah, because if you do the state ID instead, you might make the unit in a different province, because provinces, say state 105, that's also a province ID, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. I think it might be. But if it is, it will make it in that province and not the one that your country owns. Alright, so we're going to modify the experience. We're going to do 0.5 and we're going to do equipment 1. So we can show you that works. Now if I just started it again, as I said, light armor won't appear. And we're going to get into that. So what we need to do first is go ahead and get a province. The easiest way to get the province is launching the game in debug mode to get the province. So we're going to do that real fast. Now, when you load in, again, you'll get errors. You always get errors. It's not your fault. It's mostly the game's fault. Maybe some errors might be your fault later on, but as of right now, it's not your fault because we haven't even done anything. So we're going to click New, 1936, go here, just pick a country. Let it load. Now, in debug mode, if you hover over something, you will see, first off, you can't have achievements. To fix this, you just turn off debug mode. How you added it, you just remove it. So if you hold Control and Alt, it will open this bigger menu. Sometimes you can't see the province ID, so it's good to do that, but most of the time, you can. So Cuba's over here, and in Cuba, as you will see, if I hover over, we have province 4476, 10374, and all these other provinces. We're gonna go ahead and, I don't know, let me see, tag cube. I want to see where, so all the units are placed on the capital. So we're gonna place units right here at 7590. So we're gonna open here. So we're gonna go 7590. Alright. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you have Bob right here. It has the light tank, which I'm assuming is researched then. We could check real fast. No, it's not. But like, I don't think it will let you, I mean, you can't train it because you can't make tanks. So, we're gonna go unlock that now. So technically Bob is made, and I think this is Bob, if I'm not mistaken. Are you Bob? Yeah, this is Bob. So as you can see, light tanks is 0 because we don't have it researched. So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go boom, open this, and open this file folder. Same thing. No, not really. We're gonna go to history in the base game. We're gonna go history in the base game, and we're gonna go to countries in both the files. We're gonna find Cuba. It's a lot more folders. Cuba has a lot more stuff now, and OOB is already set, but you know, whatever the name of the OOB is, you would set right here, which we're not renaming, it's the same thing. Alright, start in technology. Right under this, we're gonna go down. I'm gonna click tab, and if you're in Visual Studio Code, which I just did not feel like opening because it took me like 5 seconds, you just don't go out of this bracket. We're gonna do light underscore armor, armor, and now it should appear as researched, and your troop should appear. Oh, why did I hesitate and then still clicked it? That's fine. Now, the best way to reset it is exiting game, because it does not update on the fly, even in debug mode for history files. But the alternate is going to the main menu and just force loading it, kind of. You could also probably do the reload and the command prompt thing, but this is easier in my opinion. So it says updating file when you click 1936, or updating history. Then we just go back and click this again, updating history. So it's updating the history folder. Then we're going to go to Cuba. And you'll still get some of these errors, but as you can see, we have Bob down here. Again, I'm not sure how to change the name, but if we go ahead and look, we still didn't get it. Let's go check real fast. Where is tank? Yeah, so it's not oh yeah, I didn't. That's right. My bad. Well, I kind of need the folder now. We can just go to it. So going back to your mod folder, I know what my issue was. In countries, Cuba, it's not light armor, it's actually GW tank equals 1. That's the first tank. And 1 just means like true or research. So now if we do exactly what I just did a second ago, if it wants to, history, new, do that, update. Start. And now we will have our Great War tanks right here. Because GW is Great War, and tank is tank. And as you can see, in research. If I go to armor, it'll be research. So this is how you do units. If you want a more in-depth thing, simply just check out Iron Workshop's video. I'll link in description, because he still does a really good tutorial, in my opinion. And that will be all. And your template's right here, Bob. Again, I'm unsure how to rename it. I'm not too advanced with modding. I know a bit of it, but not everything. I don't have answers for everything. But if you join the Discord, I try to help everyone I can. And gonna have to do that right now. I've realized I've said like 50 times and so if someone wants to get a counter for that, I'm just curious of how many times I've said it, and it would be very funny. Anyways, the server, we're on it daily, kind of. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye.